friends, how are we all out there? Thanks for tuning in. My name is Eric Bakker. I'm a naturopath from New Zealand. So this video is entitled The 10 Things a Naturopath Won't Likely Tell You. Right? The video is not designed to denigrate or poke fun of naturopaths or sink the boot into the profession, whatever terms you want to use. This is basically based on my own experiences over many years, over 30 plus years, working with naturopaths, having them as students, sitting in with experienced naturopaths when I was younger, and just basically knowing a lot about the profession. So here's 10 things you need to watch out for, okay? Now, naturopaths who watch this will laugh because a lot of them will know that some of these tricks relate to them. Others, when they hear some of these points I'm going to raise, will go, oh my God, I know it. That's that woman over there. She's exactly like what this guy just said. Or that guy in New York, he's exactly point number X or number 6, So you'll recognize some of these, okay? Now, what I'm about to tell you are not lies, okay? It's not a smear campaign or anything like that at all. But this is the truth, all right? I'm not draining the swamp, okay? That's a great term, draining the swamp, isn't it? Okay, let's start with number 1. Point number 1, recovery always takes longer than you think, all right? Most people are not told the truth when it comes to recovery. Recovery can take weeks, months, or years, right? There's no easy road for really seriously sick chronic people, okay? But remember my saying, persistence breaks resistance, okay? If you keep with something, you'll nail it, okay? My other favorite saying with patients is every solution will have a problem. You just got to find that solution, okay? Now, sometimes finding a solution can take a long time, but you can find it. It'll be there. That's number 1. Things always take longer, okay? It's a bit like the sticker on the rear view mirror of the car, Objects may appear closer, kind of thing. So it's going to take longer. It's a bit like when you're doing a rebuild on a house, isn't it? What do the renovators or the building contractors say? It's going to cost you more money, it's going to take more time. And it's the same with your health. Second one, you're likely going to aggravate, particularly if you're sick, you're unwell, and the naturopath makes all these changes. It's going to happen. You're going to feel like crap, okay? So you need to go slow. And if a naturopath is telling you that you need to make all these changes and go on 9 products and 6 different, types of food you want to introduce and like all these things at once, it's a little bit like the gym instructor, okay, giving you 35 exercises to do 25 reps of each exercise in the next 3 days. You're going to feel like crap. So be aware, okay? If you're given lots and lots of stuff to do, it's not going to work in your favor, okay? And this is how naturopaths lose a lot of patients, okay? Sometimes they just push them a little bit too hard. They just push them over the cliff a bit, if you know what I mean, okay? The third one, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you money. Now, some naturopaths like to scalp people, okay? They like to charge a ton of money. Others don't charge so much. I hope all the years I've seen people, I never took any pecuniary advantage or financial advantage of patients. Some of my patients had extremely high net worth. We're talking tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars, okay? If a naturopath is showing signs of greed or charging ridiculous, we're talking thousands of dollars for a consultation, you're clearly going to a clown, not a naturopath, okay? Naturopaths, like medical doctors, there are good ones, there are bad ones, and there are weird ones, and there are dodgy ones, okay? So just be careful, because if it seems like an awful lot of money that you're spending and you're not really getting anywhere, it might be time to do something different, okay? So that's the third one. It's going to cost you money, but it shouldn't cost you the earth, okay? It's going to cost, but it shouldn't cost you tons. And you need to open up and discuss this with your naturopath, okay? Be honest. When I finished, after 34 years of practice, I was still charging $250, okay, New Zealand, not US, for a consultation. Now, I think that's pretty flippin' reasonable after 30-something years. When I've seen colleagues charge, sometimes up to $1,000 for a consultation that were in business for 10 years. So, to me, that's just greed, all right? The fourth one, the naturopath you're seeing may not have the skill set that you require. Now, let's be honest. If a naturopath's been in the game 5 years or 4 years or 3 years, okay, they may be good for at working on constipation or eczema or skin conditions or something. But when it comes to a very complicated autoimmune disease, with multiple issues surrounding that, lots of medications, all sorts of emotional issues the patient's got, maybe that naturopath will not have the right skill set to help you. Okay, the naturopath needs to be honest with you and refer you on in that case, or to their mentor. Okay, that's fair enough, isn't it? Number 5, they may have no experience at all in any kind of testing. Okay, meaning they've not learned to do any kind of tests like stool analysis or blood testing. Or I had a lot of medical experience early on in my career because I spent a lot of time working in medical clinics. So I knew all the pharmaceutical medications, I knew the side effects, I knew the interactions. Okay, but I also got to learn about blood testing, cholesterol blood testing, cancer blood markers, all those things. I learned those things because I really wanted to know them. I knew that if I sat there with a patient one day and a patient pulled out a test, I wouldn't look at it and sort of say, oh, okay, yeah, this is so-and-so, and put it away and basically crapping on that I didn't know what I was talking about, but I did. Okay, so if the naturopath doesn't understand about blood testing or stool testing or urine testing, maybe not the right naturopath for you. Okay. Point number 6, the naturopath you're going to could be a one-trick pony. What do I mean by one-trick pony? Well, have you heard of one-hit wonders? One-hit wonders. Some bands produce one song and that's it, they're gone, you never hear from them again. Well, some naturopaths are like that. They play one fiddle, one tune. They may, for example, say to you, all your problems are because of mold. Everything. Erectile dysfunction, mold. Depression, mold. Itchy skin, mold. Yep. Can't go to work or want to sleep in, mold. Now, some people like that with mercury toxicity. Everything revolves around mercury toxicity. Okay. Some people are like that with Lyme disease. Every single thing you've got is because of Lyme. So they push you through a Lyme protocol. Watch out for the one-trick ponies. Okay, there are a lot of them out there. Number 7, he or she may have very little clinical skills. Okay, so your naturopath may not really have any skills in listening to your heart. Okay, doing palpation, auscultation. Okay, medical terms. They may not know how to check blood pressures properly. They may not know how to do a whole lot of things properly. Okay, fess up, naturopath. If you don't know it, you need to tell the patient they need to keep in touch with their medical doctor. Some naturopaths play medical doctors when in fact they shouldn't be playing medical doctor. Some naturopaths make clinical medical decisions for patients they should not be making. Okay, so make sure that you're also seeing a medical doctor along with your naturopath, or your naturopath has got a higher degree of medical skill and can refer you on to GP or medical doctor that they generally know or that you know or whatever. And also that there's some dialogue between the naturopath and the doctor if there need to be. Okay, very important. Point 8, he or she relies on machine testing. Okay, sometimes naturopaths just use machines like biofeedback machines or things like that. And I've been to a few of these people where they hook me up with all these wires and stuff like that. Look like something out of a Stanley Kubrick film. When I went to one guy and he told me I had prostate cancer, I had lung this, and I had this and that. And I told the guy that he was just laughable, a load of crap. I said to him, I just went in there anonymous to see, and I got all these diagnoses that were just stupid. And just be very, very careful who you go to if they use some sort of a machine and they hook you up with wires and they print out a paper report saying you've got all these diseases and you need all these supplements. You need to turn around and get out of there, okay, before you really drown in all of their crap. Point 9, they may favor one kind of product, okay, or one kind of medicine. They may, for example, be a person who makes up their own homeopathic medicine. So everything that you require, they make up, okay? Or they could be trying to get you into a network marketing scheme, okay? And there are a lot of network marketing schemes out there. Don't get sucked into network marketing. The worst thing a naturopath can do is sign you up in some type of scheme or, to try and, again, exploit you. That's disgusting, so don't fall for it, all right? Point 10, watch out for their programs, okay? Some naturopaths just work with programs. So you get all these handouts And then everything you need to do is in the handout. And then the next lady who comes gets the same booklet. The next guy who comes in gets the same booklet. Everyone gets the same kind of booklets, you know. So detox booklet. Everyone gets pushed through a similar program. Be very careful. Programs need to be modified very specifically for you, okay? It's not a paint by numbers system. So those are the 10 things you need to watch out for when you're going to see a naturopath. Or naturopaths who are watching this, recognize some of those 10 things in yourself or in your colleagues, okay? They exist. Thanks for tuning in.